The sports pavilion as we are getting set for a super heavyweight match. The big bangers are up and about. Stan Longinidis and Dale Broussard in this one, and this will be a 6-round super heavyweight fight. And of course there are several people here at the fights, celebrities. There you see Chuck Norris, who was one of the all-time great karate fighters in earlier days, has since moved on to, while he has not given up working out, he has since become something of a movie star, has Chuck Norris, and a guy who is very much involved in this sport, very much involved in this event, and has also got himself involved now in something called Kick Drugs Out of America, introducing the anti-drug campaign into the world of kickboxing.
I'll tell you what, he's got the condition to kick drugs out of America. I've worked out with Chuck, and I'll tell you what, his cardiovascular is tremendous, man. He'll run you ragged.
He may not be fighting anymore, but he's still not done working, is he?
That's right.
As you look at Dale Broussard right there, this is a guy with a pretty decent record, 10 wins, no losses. We'll get ready to set the stage for this fight as we go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, continuing with our outstanding kickboxing action. Our next bout coming your way features the big man of kickboxing, super heavyweights in the ring, scheduled for 6 rounds. Introducing to you first on my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner, and he is wearing in the ring red, white, and blue trunks. Hailing from Springfield, Missouri, his weight is already 196 pounds. His fine record, 10 wins, no defeats, with 8 big wins by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 5 world kickboxing contender. Welcome the undefeated Dale Broussard. And his opponent across the ring. On my left, he is fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim. Hailing from Melbourne, Australia, he is representing the Jet Center in Van Nuys, California. His weight, 203 pounds. His record, 15 wins, no defeats, 10 wins by way of knockout. He is the Kick North American, Australian, United States, and Intercontinental Champion, ranked the number 1 world super heavyweight contender. Introducing Stan, the man, Longinidis. The referee in charge now to give instructions, David Menifee.
All right, break when I say break, but protect yourself at all times. No hitting on the break. Do you guys have any questions? All right, in the event of a knockdown, the person left standing, I want you to go to the neutral corner that I direct you to and stay there until I tell you to come out. Touch gloves. Let's get it on.
Okay, we have the tail tape here. The definite height and reach advantage goes to Broussard, and the weight advantage goes to Stan. I guess that's what we got here.
And I think Longinidis, 203, about 190 of those pounds are in his legs.
You know, that's going to be something interesting to see here. The last time we saw Longinidis, as we are into round 1 of this scheduled 6-rounder, the super heavyweights in the striped trunks, it is Dale Broussard out of Springfield, Missouri. Stan Longinidis fighting out of the Jet Center in Los Angeles, California, but he is from Melbourne, Australia. The last time we saw Longinidis, he was against Dino Holmesy, and every time Dino kicked him in the legs, he hurt himself.
Holmesy would limp away from those things. He does have some legs on him. My goodness.
Unbelievable size legs. We will see if the extra size of Broussard can make a difference here. And they are trading early in the first round. Stan Longinidis, of course, has been wanting a fight with the heavyweight champion Dennis Alexio now for quite some time. Broussard is not the least bit impressed, though. You can see that clearly.
I think they love to see that fight in the land of the down under.
Right hand!
Get the doctor in there quick.
This is, you guys ought to be into him a little faster than that. This guy really took a lick from Stan Longinidis there. Longinidis a little bit worried about this, but an explosive first-round knockout.
I just can't believe that they were counting while this guy was out, down on his face.
That's right. Yeah, there's no need. You just stop the fight and get a guy in there. You don't count that.
Turn him over quickly and get that mouthpiece out of his mouth.
Absolutely. The risk to fighters is you don't ever take the risk to fighters, and we are hoping surely that Dale Broussard is going to be okay in here. They are attending to him, and there are people around, probably more people around him than there need to be, in fact. And now here come the medical people into the ring to take a closer look here, and they're bringing a stretcher in.
Well, you know, it's sad anytime you see something like this happen in any sport. I'll tell you, there has been no major casualties in the sport of kickboxing. I'm really sad to see this happen here tonight.
Broussard is breathing fine. Looks like he's breathing fine, but he definitely was in a little bit of a convulsion there for a moment there. They're going to mobilize his neck and not take any chances with him.
And again, we hope that Broussard is okay here. It is, I think it's important to point out, to expand a little bit on what Blinky said here. This is a sport that is a combat sport, and it's a kind of sport where you have the possibility of these things. Let's take a look at this again.
We're going to see a short right hand over the top, and it's just a perfect. His left hook that kind of hurt Broussard. There's that first right hand. It snaps him around, and he hits him with a second one right there. Hits him with a second right hand, and that's it. That fight should be stopped right now. You don't need to count that one. We're going to see it again from a different shot there. Right hand right there. Perfect right hand. That's the kind you dream about. He's out right now. He's out.
And it didn't look really that second shot from Longinidis really did much. Longinidis did much good. He was out on the first punch. No two ways about it.
I'm sure that Broussard is okay, because they wouldn't be moving him out of here this quickly if he wasn't okay.
In fact, we saw him there briefly. He just raised his hand, wiping sweat off of his brow. And
yeah, he looks fine.
That's a good sign. This is obviously is more than anything. It is a precautionary measure. And Dale Broussard, we of course hope is okay. We'll try to get you whatever reports we can on his condition as the evening wears on.
Man, I agree with you. I think that's a real good sign that his arms are moving around. He's looking around.
He's lifting his head up and looking around, and he seems to be aware of what's happening around him. So that is a good sign. But again, an explosive first-round knockout. And another step along the way for Stan Longinidis in his quest to find. We can see there on our cameras that Broussard is trying to get up, and that's a good sign. They're just telling him to lay still, and they'll take care of him. Again, is where we were talking about Stan Longinidis and his quest to Dennis Alexio.
I was going to say that world champion Dennis Alexio is probably watching this with a lot of interest.
I bet he is.
And been watching.
Let's get the official time. There wasn't much of it, but whatever there was of it, Jimmy Lennon Jr. has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 59 seconds in round number 1. The winner by way of knockout, he is still undefeated, Stan the Man Longinidis.
Stan Longinidis obviously moved by this. The tears are coming out of his eyes, and it's not because he's happy about this. He was scared.
Stan is a great competitor. He's a God-fearing man, and I'm sure that he doesn't want to really hurt anybody badly.
And this is world